Hi everybody, this is a red, white, and blue Arcane Bombardment deck. We're sporting the full 4 copies of Quintorius Kand, the new Planeswalker from Ixalan, along with 4 copies of Arcane Bombardment, of course. We're keeping it simple and keeping the spells pretty straightforward. The addition of blue here into what's otherwise a strong color combination for Arcane Bombardment gives us some card selection and counterspell ability that the other colors are kind of lacking, and as you can see in some of these games, it comes in handy in a few different scenarios. And hopefully it wasn't one of my viewers that I played in the last game. Sorry about that one. But yeah, let's go see some games with this deck over on the ranked standard ladder. Alright, this looks pretty decent. Let's start it off here. Got our Jeskai Arcane Bombardment deck. Opponent's starting off with some mono black from the looks of it. Get our tap lands going. Trying to get a simpler list since we're playing with 3 colors. I've added the blue in here for Confounding Riddle and Make Disappear. Opponent with a second Evolved Sleeper for me. Well, let's see what they do. We've got a couple of options for responses here. All right, they're going to try to go for the Evolved Sleeper again. Let's play with Fire It since they can't respond to this trigger and make it any bigger. Well, they can respond just on the other one. We do have an answer in hand for that if that one gets out of hand, but the good thing is we can let them spend the mana on it, and they don't get too much benefit if we can take it out, and they've kind of wasted their initial turns. All right, makes it a 3/3. That is okay with me. I'll pay a little bit of life for that. Opponent not doing anything else. Let's try for the Get Lost here. Works its way on through as my computer tries to figure out what century it is. Let's get the Sundown Pass going. Pass it on over. Would have loved a big score there, but as it stands, we got some nice counter answers to things like Sheoldred. Opponent coming at us with the Flesh Gorger, though. Let's use this Make Disappear before it becomes not so useful. Excellent. There's a big score. You heard me talking about you, didn't you? All right, opponent with the 5th Swamp here. Another Gorger. Let's big score and just see what we get. We've got extra bombardment. I don't think they can get rid of it if we land it. Yeah, let's let it through. Just trying to see if we could draw into some removal before deciding whether or not to riddle that. Opponent goes for the map instantly, reveals Gix on the top. They can do it again, get an extra counter on there. Okay. Lightning Strike on the top. All right, well, Gorger has outgrown our Lightning Strike, so we may have to take a hit from this here. Unless we pull up something good with Bombardment. All right, opponent plays the Gix. Looking to start refilling that hand through the attacks. Let's Lightning Strike Gix, at least prevent the card draw, and see what we can get with Bombardment here. Opponent thinking about it. We pull up big score. All right, let's toss Otawara. Okay, we got to Get Lost in a couple of treasures. I think it's worth doing this now. Let's Get Lost the Gorger. Yeah, we're going to have to pay at some point, so I'd rather do this now before we've taken a hit for 5. As some of my viewers know, I like to take some damage before making any choices. Sometimes too much damage. All right, opponent's with a Tenacious Underdog here. Kind of a nice hasty threat. Not really worth countering that since it's just in kind of normal mode. Opponent goes for the Explorer. Finds a land off the top. Tries it again. Sheoldred on the top. Kind of wanted to keep this riddle around just in case Sheoldred shows up, but I think we just need some more to do at this point. And this will at least get us our big score that's trapped under Bombardment. Let's see. Yeah, we can point Get Lost at this underdog. That is going to enable haste mode from it, but what can you do? Let's big score away this island. We pick up a lightning strike. All right, well, at least Get Lost is under bombardment now, so we're going to have an answer to the nasty stuff they've got. And hello, my elephant friend. I think you're the play here, yeah. Puts bombardment and a big score in the grave. Get Lost off the top. All right, let's go Quintorius. Let's make a spirit. I've got spells. Let's just pass it on over there. Keep our options open. Goes for a cut down on the spirit token. Holding onto this land, by the way, for the big score that's under bombardment, so we can keep our nice 2-mana spells in our hand. All right, in response to the map, let's try to lightning strike this underdog. That's most of their mana for this turn. There's big score from bombardment. Yeah, I think that's good. Don't need to get lost their own thing. Quintorius gives us a little bit of life for our trouble. And they still get to draw from the underdog, but that's most of their mana gone. And that will fizzle the map trigger. If the creature's gone, it can't go exploring. At least that's how I remember it. I need these devices. Let's play with fire our opponent's face here. Activate bombardment. All right, lots of answers to spells and creatures. At least we can draw with big score. Just do that. Burn down the house off the top and another Quintorius. Big score on the top as well. Let's leave that right on top. All right. Well, opponent's getting a little low. If Quintorius keeps this up, we're actually going to be able to try to finish this off with some burn. So let's go for burn down the house here. Send some devils over to our opponent. So if these all hit, we'll bring our opponent down to 9. We've got a lightning strike in hand. That's 6. Trouble is we need some things to target off of the stuff that's under bombardment. So let's get Quintorius in here. He finds us a big score. That's 2 more. Just lands, though. All right. Let's see if we can piece this together. All right, there's a Sheoldred. Let's let that resolve, because that's going to give us another thing we can target and use one of our bombardment spells. Try to get another trigger. Or do we let that... it might be one more thing we can target, just in case we don't have enough.
Happy to help, but I'm taking the credit when
Yeah, let's wait for probably, the discard here? Oh, sacrifice. Well, let's go for the lightning strike then, see what we get. Another lightning strike. And opponent scoops it up. Good game. All right, nice opening hand here. All of our colors. Everything we need. Nice to have some early interaction for whatever our opponent might be up to. I don't know about you all, but dinosaurs seems to be super popular. With Lost Caverns of Ixalan, everybody's got dinosaur avatar, dinosaur pet sleeves. Can't blame them, really. We'll see if our opponent is actually on dinosaurs here. Red and green usually denotes that these days. Lots of answers for whatever our opponent's got here. All right, so that what? Fights a dinosaur, but there's nothing to fight. Let's lightning strike that. Little 2/3 offspring of Gisath. Probably saying that wrong. We're going to need a land here. This is not good. Let's go Confounding Riddle. Look at the top 4. Well, there's 2 of our lands. Let's take Deserted Beach. Dumps a burn down the house into the grave. Yeah, some days the shuffler just doesn't give you the lands, even if you put a pretty decent amount in your deck. Opponent's got the Pugnacious Hammerskull. Probably more dinosaurs to follow. Let's play out Eiganjo. This dinosaur's a little too big for that. Need to still keep building up our mana towards Arcane Bombardment. Ideally, we can play it with 7 lands. Okay. Another firstborn here. It's Quinth. Can I call you Quinth for short? That might just get confusing. All right, let's do Get Lost here during the attack and target the Hammerskull. The little guy, not too much of a threat for us. If they want to fight our, I suppose, eventual devil tokens, that's not bad. If they want to fight my spirit tokens from Quintorius, that's probably okay. Gonna get a couple of explorers in here off of these map tokens. Just a few lands, but against dinosaurs, they can still put those lands to use. Don't need the extra bombardment off the top, just really trying to find lands with this scry. There we go. All right, land number 6. Let's just go for bombardment. Hope that they're heavy on dinosaurs and light on enchantment removal. Ooh, Trumpeting Carnosaur. Gets to discover 5, plays the Belligerent Youngling. No haste, though, so just hits us for 2 with the firstborn. All right, let's go for Quintorius here. And we got to discover, get us a free spell, hopefully. Nice, big score, I'll take it. Let's dump Confounding Riddle in the graveyard then. Quick trigger. Lightning Strike. Let's target the Yearling. Did I say Youngling before? Totally different universe. Let's go big score then. Draw a nice play with fire for next turn if we don't get to use this Surge in hand. Gonna have to pick up some more things under bombardment. Hopefully this sticks around for a couple of turns. Where are you sending attackers? Oh, okay. Just the firstborn over at Quintorius. There is a Get Lost down there along with a Burn Down the House. But I think let's just play with fire our opponent rather than the Trumpeting Carnosaur. All right, we pick up a big score. So let's go Lightning Strike on the firstborn. Discard the Coast to the big score. So that's going to keep Quintorius alive. We're still going to take 7 from the big guy. Draw 2. We get to play with fire. Lightning Strike takes out the little one. Play with fire. No thanks on that extra land on the top. We'll put that on the bottom. All right, so we've gained a little bit of life. Attack only brings us to 17. Opponent's at 10. Oh, they're trying to channel the Carnosaur. I think this works. If we Surge, that will... Yes, it gives all of our stuff hexproof. So they discard an extra Carnosaur to try to bolt Quintorius, but we've got the Surge for it. That's great. Oh, all right. Well, opponent scoops it up. Good game. All right, let's keep this. Back for another one here. Oh, got the new Restless Anchorage in my hand. That's nice. Let's give that a try. I don't play enough Azorius Control to put that to use. Don't know how many Soldiers decks actually use that card, but we'll see what we can do. Yes, we're going to Lightning Strike that. No, there will be no flash creatures. No riding some little flyer to victory today. All right. Well, we pick up a Get Lost anyway. See if they've got a Delver or a Djinn for us yet. No. All right. Well, we'll just play out land number 4. So we're going to have to try to sneak out a big score or else save it and try to bait out a counterspell. Yeah. Let's try to bait it now. If they counter this, we can land Quintorius. We got something. Oh. All right, Spell Pierce. Big score is like an irresistible counter target, but I was hoping they wouldn't have any mana left after that. So we can go for it now with Quintorius, but if they've got any kind of counterspell, we're kind of in trouble. There's really nothing left in our hand to proactively do. Okay, opponent doesn't do anything. Well, there's a backup Quintorius. Let's go land. All right, let's give it a try. If they counter this, we can try to sneak one elephant in later. Disdainful stroke for it. Fine. Opponent with the island and pass. Classic play. All right. Well, tell you what. Let's go for the Restless Anchorage here. Give us a little 2/3 bird. Oh, what do you got for me? Maybe just reading it. Okay, so the Anchorage will create a map token. Now they got the Fading Hope for it. Keeps one on top. All right, let's get that back into play there. So I'm wondering if they actually don't have that much to deal with individual creature threats like our Anchorage. Yeah, I think it might just be worth plugging away with the Anchorage. So let's get in, make a token. All right, looks like no response this time. Play out a land. Let's activate a map token while we've got it floating around here. Bombardment revealed on the top. We've got enough to play it. Let's keep it. Puts a counter on the Anchorage as well. Opponent's got the Consider. So it's got to be only a matter of time until we start seeing the Tolarian Terror, Haughty Djinn come down. Let's try to go for Bombardment real quick. If we can land this, it's usually game over against a mono blue deck. But they've got a negate for it. All right. Fair enough. Opponent with a Joint Exploration. But they're not playing green. Is that really the best 2-mana card draw spell in blue? I don't know. All right, let's try for Quintorius. We've got 2 mana up in case they've got Make Disappear, which a lot of these decks play. Wow. Second copy of Negate. Okay. This might be a slightly different deck than the mono blue I'm used to. Okay, Reality Chip. Suppose we can get lost that. It's a creature, even though we can't target artifacts. Let's try to get lost that right now. Opponent's got the Shore Up for it. So the Shore Up makes me feel like they do have the Djinn in there. Might just have more counter spells than I'm used to. All right, let's fire up the Anchorage. Anchorage has flying. It's a 3/4. That's a decent threat. Let's try to do the map on it. See if we can't buff it up a little bit. Fading Hope again. All right, well, let's Surge. We're probably not going to have many other good uses for it. And protect our Anchorage. We find a land. Kind of hoping to make the Anchorage a little bit bigger, but at least we have a map for the future. Let's just end the turn there. Okay, opponent just passes it back with 4 cards left. Let's go land. Yeah, let's keep plugging away with the Anchorage. I'm kind of interested to see what our opponent can even do about this card. Big score on the top. Yeah, let's keep that. All right, so Anchorage now, pretty sizable flyer. We're we're getting close. We might be able to sneak a win out here. See what our opponent's got for us. Yeah, we've got Play with Fire in hand plus Burn Down the House. Question is, can we resolve any of that? All right, let's go Anchorage again. Stick with what works. Let's try to make it explore with the map. Okay, just a land, unfortunately. All right, we get one more shot at it. That attack brings our opponent to 7. Let's pass it on over. So they know we've got a big score. There's a Djinn, finally. Okay. That unfortunately opens up all their counterspell options. Anything else? No. All right, let's try to get lost the Djinn. End of their turn. Worst case scenario, it gets rid of one more counterspell out of their hand, and it lands. Yes. Okay, Djinn down. Ooh, Bombardment. Well, they haven't been able to answer it so far. Let's try the Anchorage one more time. And let's try to explore with that. Lightning Strike on the top. We're getting close. All right, let's push it here. Let's go for Burn Down the House on Devils. There's the Make Disappear from our opponent. Attacking for 5, making a map token. That brings the opponent to 2. They can see the Lightning Strike on top of our library. Haughty Djinn. They don't know about the Play with Fire. At any rate, they're going to need 2 counters to dodge this burn. Do we have enough mana for... Oh, I think we might. All right, let's go Bombardment. No counter. Okay. Let's go Lightning Strike. Picks up another Lightning Strike. And just slides right through. All right. Tricky one. Good game. All right. Only red and white here. Let's try another one. Okay, there's some blue. Probably put back a mountain here. Let's keep this. Dude, got some big scores. Get losts. Opponent with a Windscarred Crag. I'll see your Windscarred Crag with a Sundown Pass. Another tap land. All right, so this is not any kind of aggro build, clearly. As you can see, we're set up to kind of take care of that. Wren's Resolve. What do we got here? Another Wren's Resolve and a Sunfall. All right, so definitely on the controlling end, this still could be like a Pia Nalar exile deck. Or they could be trying to do Quintorius. Wren's Resolve. What do we got here? Brotherhood's End and Big Score. That's definitely on the more controlling end. Let's riddle here. We need some lands. Yeah, I guess we'll just take Big Score. Dump the rest in the grave. Oof. Still no lands. Okay. Not much we can do here. Normally I'd try to play with fire for the scry, but we don't even have that. Flick a coin. All right, we're up to 4 lands, thankfully. Let's try to sneak a big score in here. This is going to be a crucial turn for us. All right, opponent with a second flick. I think I know what our opponent's doing. I think our opponent is a bombardment deck. Not sure if it's mine, but I'm pretty sure it's a bombardment deck. Let's go big score. Pick up a Confounding Riddle. And a Make Disappear. Nice. So, if we go bombardment, we can't do anything with it. If we go Quintorius... let's just pass. I want to keep up my counter spells. If they go for bombardment, I want to be able to counter that and then follow up with one of our big things. Hey! Hey! All right, they go for bombardment. Let's Make Disappear that. I smelled you coming. All right, opponent passes it on over. Let's go for the big score. We can just eat and replace some of these treasures to pay for that. Pitch Get Lost, since if it is Bombardment deck, Get Lost could be useful, but it's not super urgent that we keep that. Play with fire off the top. All right, let's play Eiganjo. If we go for Bombardment here, we can still keep up Confounding Riddle. Because if they're just going to keep flicking a coin, kind of okay with that, but not sure we can stand up to future copies of Bombardment. Quintorius. Well, I think we got to counter that one. Let's go Confounding Riddle. Bombardment's going to activate. And opponent scoops it up. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, opponent. Good game.